This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake that fire.
Wake your fuck ass up.
This is our territory. This is where we rise. Like this is where we show up. This is where we show out. Like we weren't born with silver spoons in our mouth. We are acquainted with sorrow. We are acquainted with grief, but we rise. We rise. My mother got pregnant with me at 17 years old. My grandma had 14 kids and like a 2-3 bedroom house on the south side of Chicago. Like, I didn't become a PhD because my father got a PhD and my grandfather got a PhD. I'm the first one in my family with a PhD. Like, this was birthed from struggle.
You hear those odds? We talking about a man who dropped out of high school and lived homeless for years. I don't know how you live homeless for years. I don't know what you think about when you wake up homeless and you've been that way for months that would motivate you to get to the next day. Something did with him. He met a preacher. He went back to school. He took all kind of jobs from the Olive Garden. Probably was picking up dog poop. I don't know. You got to ask him personally. But he did what he had to do. Met his lovely wife. They became a tandem, got married. He became a man of the cloth. Got into the church. And through those inspirational teachings and surrounding himself with inspirational people, went to Michigan State University. He also obtained his PhD, ladies and gentlemen. Became a motivational speaker. Has written a slew of books, all of which, if you read these books, it'll be equivalent to eating your first meal of the day, which is the most important meal of the day. There's nothing special about him that's different from any of you. Average skill, but he has phenomenal will. Fast forward years later, I don't want to get into his bank account. But he's no longer homeless. Let me say that. I don't want to do that. He's been a inspiration to Tracy G.
Absolutely.
Sure, Heather, Kelly, and me. And when I saw him in East Detroit a few weeks back, who came out and lent his likeness and his words and his story to these people in this disenfranchised neighborhood, it could have brought tears to your eyes to hear him tell his story, because I saw it bring tears to Joel Osteen's eyes when he watched you speak. And I'm not even sure if he knew who you were prior to that.
Yeah, probably not.
And you guys got to meet for the first time. And we took a really powerful picture. I got to frame that one. Welcome him to the show, Dr. Eric Thomas, ladies and gentlemen.
E.T. to you, Sway. It's E.T. to you.
E.T. My homie E.T., you know what I mean? You know, we can always go back to the homie thing. Average skill, phenomenal will is just so perfect, on point, timely, brings a lot of clarity. Who is this book for?
Man, this book is for every, individual that feels like, I didn't come from, that environment that just sets me up for success. If you want to build a business with a quarter, if you were homeless, if you lost your child, if you lost your marriage, like if you just feel like you are at ground zero, you have absolutely nothing. This is the book that tells you have everything you need to have and to be and do everything you want.
Sometimes do you feel like we have these tools and these resources around us, but it's oblivious to us?
Yeah, because I think we focus so much. We focus so much on what we don't have.
Yeah.
We focus on what everybody else has. Like, we always want to focus on the disadvantage. And I'm not saying we're not disadvantaged, but if you make that the focus, where your focus goes, your energy flows. So I'm just going to focus on a couple things I do have. Life. I got a brain. I know how to read. I know how to speak. So what my father wasn't there? So what, I didn't go to the best school district. So what, I got kicked out. So what, I got kicked out of college. So what? I'm going to focus on what I can do, what I do have, and what I can become. And that's what I think the problem is.
Talk about that. I was going to say, how do you feel like that's affected the mentality that we grow up with in our neighborhoods, and we chasing the Joneses, and we want to have a car like so that because we don't have it. How has that affected us? I mean, what kind of damage has been done chasing that mentality?
I just feel like your gifts will make room for you. And when you're trying to be somebody else, you block your gifts. You block your opportunity. So I'm not. You don't see me trying to throw a football. You don't see me trying to, put a basketball in a hoop. You see me speaking. You see me serving, helping kids get their GED. I blew up with teaching a GED class. That's how I became famous. And people always ask me, why did you start there? Because somebody helped me to get my GED. So that's the one thing I had. I had knowledge on how to get a GED. I didn't know how to do anything else, but I had just gotten a GED. So I'm like, hey, I got a GED. If I can't do nothing else, I can psychologically tell you how to get prepared for a GED. And then the GED went to, can you help kids stay in college? So I did that in college, and before you know it, I'm going off on a group of kids, and they call it the Secret to Success video. It wasn't meant to be a video. I'm just going off because here you are with an opportunity to get a 4-year degree, and you playing, and you doing partying and doing stuff that maybe other kids have an opportunity to do because they got a net to fall back on. You don't have a net. So, man, I went off. So for me, my gift has made room for me. Every time I talk, every time I speak, every time I educate, doors open. So, man, stop looking at the Joneses might be good at what they're doing, or the grass might be green on the other side, but it means somebody's keeping up with it. They watering, they cutting it. It didn't get green like that on his own.
Eric Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. The book is called Average Skill, Phenomenal Will. Page 75. I want to say chapter 10. Bear with me, congregation, if you will.
Bearing.
The 120 mindset, you owe you. Quote from Thomas A. Edison, opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. What does that mean to you? What does that mean?
That means man, listen to me. And I know somebody like, come on, man, it's a fairy tale. No. You know my story. You can get anywhere you want from grinding. I had a conversation with a young man this morning. We were going over our schedule, and based on the schedule, it didn't start till about 8:30. And they asked me, well, why are you up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Like, why are you up so early? If we don't get started till 8:30, what you doing up at 4? I'm getting up at 4 because I don't have the resources that other guy has. I don't have a connection. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? My parents didn't know anybody. They weren't a part of any clubs, right? So I can beat him, though, if I get up at 3. Because he's not getting up to 6.
He ain't getting up at there.
He's not getting up at 6. He's not getting up at 3. So I may not have his resources, his opportunities. I may not have his network. But if I grind, I can beat him. If I put in the work, I can catch up. Everything I didn't have, I can catch up with work. And that's what it means to me. Every advantage that I want, the currency to get it is grind. Whatever your hand find to do, do it with all your might. And if I can do it with all my might, I can catch the dude that's got 10 years ahead. Look, there are people who graduated. I graduated in 12 years with a 4-year degree. People used to laugh at me when they got their 4-year degree in 4 years.
Yeah.
I passed them not on Sway.
Yeah.
I didn't get them then, Sway.
Yeah.
But I kept grinding and kept working, Sway, and I caught the rabbit.
Yeah.
And I'm not quicker than the rabbit, but I caught the rabbit because I didn't stop grinding. So for me, that means if you're willing to grind, you can have it, you can be it, you can do whatever you want to do, and nobody can stop you if you had that grind.
Let that moment breathe, y'all. Let that moment breathe. I'm going to open up the phone lines. 888-742-3345. Dr. Eric Thomas is here. E.T. is here.
E.T.
E.T. is here. Average Skill, Phenomenal Wills, the name of the book. You could get that now. How can they find it?
Yeah, etinspires.com. Real simple, etinspires.com. We're going to inspire you when you go to that website.
Shade 45.
When a fire
Sway in the morning, Shade 45. I got burned. Dr. Eric Thomas, a.k.a. E.T. is here. Let's give out your social media real quick because I want the citizens to be able to reach you directly.
All right, so Instagram, Eric Thomas BTC, Snapchat, Dr. Thomas, and then I guess Facebook, Eric Thomas.
Yeah, it is. Okay. That's your mentee right there? Just walked in?
Oh, I wish. That's
Okay.
Charlie Bell.
Oh, Charlie, what up,
2000
man?
NCAA champion, Michigan State Spartans.
What's up, man? Get on the mic, man. You just can't just walk in the room and not say nothing. You know?
I just walked in. You don't put me on the spot.
Right now, man. Right now, Charlie.
How, Sway? How?
Oh, man. Get him off the mic. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
I can't complain. Good to see you. Good to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you. I know you was in Flint a little while back for Mo Peak's game, and I missed it, man. But I'm glad you came, man. Support
Absolutely,
Flint,
sure.
man.
Yep,
Thank you.
yep.
Absolutely, man. I support Flint hard body. Plus Kelly Jackson, my business partner, is from Flint. She a
Hometown.
Flintstone, so
Yeah.
she knows what's up.
Flintstone.
Eric Thomas is here. I want to open up these phone lines so you could actually talk to folks. And you know, you come a long way, man, and I'm extremely impressed. And you have a lot of. Let's talk about the books too. So because there's more than one book. Greatness is upon you. How to seize and sustain greatness. Eric Thomas, the secret to success. Average will, skill, phenomenal will. Am I missing something?
That's it.
That's it right there.
Yep, that's
Okay.
it.
And this is the average man that has taken what was with him and made greatness out of it. E.T., I consider myself somewhat similar in that
No
regard.
question.
You know, growing up in East Oakland,
Absolutely.
dealt with a lot of adversity. I don't talk about a lot of the details to my adversity. It would probably scare some of the listeners
Right.
because that's not the impression they have of me.
Right.
But I often tell folks everything what you say, to your point, everything you need is right there in front of you. Just got to be able to recognize it. This culture of hip hop, you know, one of the things you say is about the lessons you learn when you reach ground zero.
Absolutely.
You know, this culture of hip hop was kind of born out of that, right?
Absolutely.
And this whole mentality, you know, that you share in this book is kind of what we did in hip hop culture.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
Absolutely. Same thing.
Speak
you
on
know?
that.
You know, it's the story. You know, it's the story of, you know, the underground. It's the story of the disadvantaged, the story of the underdog. And all we did was write it. And I do want to say this to the listeners. There are those of you who have what we have. You just need to write it. And to encourage you, it took me 10 years for the first one, Sway. That first one, starting and stopping and questioning myself. Should I put this in? Should I not put this in? Should I say this? Should I not say this? You know, am I worthy to write a book? I'm a high school dropout. I got kicked out of college. What right do I have to write? And then one day I just sat down and said, don't do this for you, E. There's some kids out there who need to know it. Don't be selfish. They need to know your story. So for those of you out there, you picked it up, you put it back down, get your book out. We need it.
What do you say to those who, what I'm seeing now is folks, some people get it faster than others.
Yeah.
But like you said, you know, you beat the rabbit now. You outlasted the rabbit. There are a lot of folks that want the instant gratification. If they can't get it, they start to resort to all kind of dark means to get what they think they want, whether it's you killing, selling poison, whatever the thing you feel like is. I had to do what I had to do.
Absolutely.
So I got to tear somebody else down to get to where I want to go.
Absolutely.
But you don't.
Yep, you don't.
Talk about that.
Yeah, so here's what I said. I had an opportunity to do some work for the rookies of NBA yesterday. And what I said to them is, it's one thing to get it, but can you keep it? You understand what I'm saying? So for me, Sway, it's not about, I grew up in Detroit. Sway, it's not about, can you live this life for 6 months? Can you live this life for 3 years? Can you live this life for the long haul? Right? And there's certain things you have to do to sustain it. Anybody can get it, but can you keep it? You know, so for me, if you're not doing the right thing, if you're not going through the struggle, a lot of people don't realize, Sway, it's the struggle that keeps me where I am. Why? Because I've worked so hard for what I've accomplished that I can't do certain things just to lose it in the night or do not. I work too hard, Sway. So a part of my hard work is why I'm so disciplined. I'm not disciplined just because I'm a disciplined person, but I don't want to, like you talked about being homeless. I'm blessed to own 2 homes now. I don't want to lose 2 homes over no foolishness, Sway. It took me 30 years to get it, and I'm going to lose it in 30 minutes? Like, it don't even make sense. So I'm just not the quick guy. I'm the guy, you know, that grandma used to, and no disrespect, I don't really do fried chicken because people don't know how to cook it, but my grandma used to put it in the buttermilk for 3 days, let it soak, put the seasonings on it. Oh, man. And so you got to let success soak. You know, it takes time. You can make quick chicken, but it ain't seasoned, you know. So I just say to everybody out there, you got to go through the struggle, because once you get on the other side of it, then you become certified. And once you certified, you just don't have it, but you have it for the rest. I want this lifestyle. I want everything I have right now. I want this for the rest of my life, man.
Want this happiness.
Yep.
Tell it. Hey, man, just quick side note. Buttermilk soaking on chicken for 3 days.
3 days.
Could create a lot of bacteria.
I don't know. Grandma
Okay.
never got us sick though, Sway.
Okay, all right.
I'm just telling you, Sway.
Milk spoils.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She kept it in the refrigerator though, Sway.
Well, my grandma, my great auntie used to make cornbread and put buttermilk in a bowl and chop the cornbread up, and we used to eat that, and then it spoiled a lot.
Okay, yeah, I didn't spoil, but I don't know what happened. So you had a bad experience, Sway. You had a bad experience.
All right, go ahead. My bad. That's nothing to do with what we're talking about. Tracy, go ahead.
Fun facts about Sway. Eric, 2 things that I'm curious about.
Right.
The first one, real quick, is for a lot of people, your words are like a reset button. When their mind is feeling really just cluttered, you are a source of decluttering. So for you, I'm curious, like, who are your personal mentors?
I don't have any really. Not on that level. Actually, this is weird, but my mentors are my listeners, my family. Like, I read the information, the comments, and get a feel for where they are. Like, it's literally, I'll watch a video, I'll do a video, and I'll read their comments, or people will text me, and then it kind of gives me, okay, this is what they're going through. So they really feed me without knowing it. Like, their comments, their, whatever they put on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, Facebook, like, they feed me. So I really feed off my what we call not followers, but my fam.
Right. And then the other thing I thought about when you were saying how, you wake up at 4 because that's going to give you an edge
Absolutely.
over the other person who may have more different resources. And in the world of personal development, there's so many different titans. You have a Tony Robbins.
Absolutely.
And on the younger end, you have like a Lewis Howes. Do you see these people as competitors, or is there more of a camaraderie because they're in the same vein of work?
Yeah, when you're a professional, you don't have competitors. I'm a professional.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody does what E.T. does.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
hey,
Nobody
man.
does what Tony
Hey.
Robbins does.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody. So
Yeah.
when I look at Tony Robbins and those guys, they're not reaching the hip hop generation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not speaking to the 97 percenters. They're speaking to maybe 3% of the world. They're not talking to Tyrone. They're not talking to my guys on the block. I'm talking to the guy on the block about getting his GED and going to college and having a family and taking care of his business. So for me, I don't. And if there are young people who are doing what I'm doing, I salute them, because that's what the game is.
Right.
I did this I'm like Harriet Tubman. I'm opening up a door for you guys. I'm showing you that you can make money being you.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't. I do corporate work in the baseball hat. It's this hip hop. That hip hop is real. It's not. I mean, we know this in this room, but hip hop is not just music.
Right.
It's a way of life. It's a culture, and with your hip hop self, you can be as successful as you want to be. So if it's younger people trying to do what I'm doing, or people who follow me, then I definitely want you to compete, because if you're a real guru, you want your students at some point to be better than you. You want each generation to be better than what you were. So no competition whatsoever.
Damn, man. We're gonna make that into a sweeper, and I'm gonna just. That's something. This is how I feel about my work. In the morning, Thank you, E. I appreciate that, man. How do you feel about competition, Sway? Play Eric. Play him down. Play. This is how I feel. All right. We're gonna go to the phone lines. Some of the people you've counseled, like you talked about the NBA, the rookie season, and who's some of the, like, LeBron James or some of the bigger names that you had a chance to talk to?
Well, I'll be honest, and of course I work with the Detroit Lions. I'm working with the Cleveland Browns now, but I think for me the most impressive person that I've ever been in a room with to speak with is Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, it's probably I've probably been most impressed with Kyrie, because I remember the 2 times I had an opportunity to present to the Cavs. Kyrie, just something in his eyes. It's like you can see the other dudes listening, but they might be staring off. Kyrie was like locked in from the very beginning, like, like an eye of the tiger. Like, whatever you saying, I'm so great at what I do, but I need that competitive advantage. So you might say something, ET, that's going to just spark me and take me to a. So I think for me, being in the room with Kyrie Irving was probably just as an experience, is probably one of the better experiences that I've had working with professionals. Because sometimes, professionals can be, professionals. So yeah.
Say it, Sway. Jersey, stand up. Jersey.
Kyrie's from Jersey?
Jersey.
I'm still mad at him for that shot he made.
Beat the Warriors.
When he beat the Warriors. But throughout the whole time, I always say people sleep on that man. Kyrie's a great guy. I met him at a Chris Brown concert. Yeah. We chilled out. We didn't really talk, but I stood next to him. that caught the crumbs, baby.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just got to stand next to greatness.
I know that's right.
I took the crumbs. Kyrie don't even know I was sweeping up his crumbs. We got Martin on the line from San Diego. What up, Martin?
Hey, Martin.
What's up, ET? What's up, Sway? What up, everybody?
Good morning.
What'd you like to say?
Man, I just want to thank ET, man, so much. So about a year ago, I was in the same spot that you speak from as far as just going nowhere with my grandparents to give me everything. Just kind of just like being dumb about my shit. And then turning it around after I heard one of your speeches. And then I met my mother like 29 years later. And I found out that she wanted like nothing to do with us, which was still cool because it pushed me to like want so much. Now I'm a manager at a optometrist in San Diego. You know what I mean? And it's definitely helped me out, man.
Wow, man, that's beautiful.
Man, appreciate you, man.
Yep. Hey, Martin, congratulations,
congratulations,
man. See,
man.
now you're the example, Martin. Yep, people gonna hear your story, and you're gonna inspire now, man.
Yeah,
you
got now.
You got now, right?
You got now.
Okay, keep telling your story, Martin. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Man, you're a citizen, bro.
Sway in the morning.
Man, we got Chris from Virginia on the line.
Hey,
Chris, what up, man?
Chris.
What's up?
Yo, turn on my radio. I just want to say, I never heard of Eric Thomas before. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. This is the first time I heard it. I heard of him, but I went to the website while y'all was talking about it, and I trusted, I trust what y'all was saying because
Sway.
I got on my radio. So, good morning, everybody. But I just want to say, man, it was like I'm in a rough spot right now with my job and everything, but I'm inspired. Everything he was saying that I was listening to, and just for that short period of time, it definitely put a foot in my ass even more so to do what I needed to do.
Yeah, that's the point.
And it was just like, and I'm at a good job, and I'm in Virginia by way of New York.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole grind concept is way different. I'm a grown man, got kids and everything, but it was just like the field that I'm in. I work in public safety. I work in the fire department, but the field that I'm in is so different for us as black men. The struggle is real. So everything you're saying definitely put a fire up under me. So I'm gonna check out all the stuff that you have.
Appreciate that, man.
What's up, Chris? Hey,
That's
Chris,
dope.
you're a citizen.
Sway in the morning.
Give out your platform again. He went to the site.
Okay. He went to etinspires.com. Man, make sure you go Instagram, Twitter, Eric Thomas BTC, and Instagram, the Hip Hop Preacher. ET, the Hip Hop Preacher. I'm sorry,
ET.
man.
Let's do this right, man. etinspires.com.
Yeah.
Go to the site now. You can see all his workings. You can see his moves, the whole thing.
Yeah.
His Instagram is ET, the Hip Hop Preacher. See, ET ain't really, social media savvy. He's out doing work, man. He ain't got time to be pushing buttons.
Work, man.
Yeah. Okay, now the Twitter is Eric Thomas BTC. Follow this man, get this game, and support his books. DB, you had a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask because everybody's bottom isn't the same. Some people might have addiction issues. Some people are just lazy and want to make excuses all the time. Some people are just, unmotivated. What would you say would be the common denominator to get everybody out of that spot to, want to aspire to do more and do better for themselves? Is it religion? Is it just desire to want to do more for yourself and get out of that rut?
I think it's two things. You got two paths. One, many of us change when we have a why. Some of us, hit rock bottom because we're so You heard my man, his parent, whoever it was, gave him everything. So he had a sense of entitlement, But for him, it was like, yo, my mom wasn't there, I got to do this. Or this didn't happen, I got to do this. So some of us, we find the why. Mine was my son. I'm just going to be honest. My father wasn't there. For him, my grandfather wasn't there for my father. So when my son was born, I'm in the hospital room. My man come out. I'm like, somebody gotta take care of him. Nobody took care of me. I'm gonna take care of him. So for me, that was my why. For other people, it is something happens. They lose everything, and once they lose everything and realize, man, I had an opportunity of a lifetime and I didn't take advantage of that opportunity. So when I get my second shot, I'm gonna murder this opportunity. So it's different for everybody, but I think it has to be either you lose and realize I wake up like, yo, I'm in America. It's a lot going on, but I have an opportunity. Like, look, I am on Sway. I'm in Sway's universe, bro. Like, you know how many people really want to be here right now, and I'm here from what grinded. He didn't know me 20 years ago, but I'm here because of an opportunity. And number two, my son's in the building. So I'm very cautious of what I'm saying. My passion is different. Like, I'm not just on the show. I'm trying to speak in his life. So if I die next year or 2 years, whatever, my son will always remember that I was in this room and he was in this room with me, and this will be an example for him. So it's my opportunity and my why that drives me.
Okay, we're gonna take one more caller. Dr. Eric Thomas is here. Average Skill, Phenomenal Will is the name of his most recent book. We got Chris from Georgia. Chris, what you want to say?
Hello, Chris.
Hi, how y'all doing? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I just want to say, with Eric Thomas, I mean, I've watched all his YouTube videos. I mean, from the man talking to the guru, showing up at the beach, walking out. I mean, what he says is true. You gotta want it more than you want to breathe. Thank you for the message, Dr. Thomas. God bless you. God bless everybody in the studio right now. And God bless everybody in the sound of my voice. Just want to thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thanks for your call. All the citizens that called in.
Yeah.
Eric, man, I want to thank you for coming through this
Thanks
morning.
for having me, man.
I see this has to be a reoccurring situation.
No doubt. No
It
doubt.
has to be a reoccurring situation. We only gonna hit it out the park, but man, you give me chills. And it's great to hear because still sharpens still.
Yeah.
And we got to support each other on this. You
You've
feel
done
me?
that.
All right.
You've done that, man. I appreciate you.
We got more work to do.
let's
All right.
get it.
Dr. Eric Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. Average Skill, Phenomenal Will. Make sure you pick up that book. All right. That's it? Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Great.
Ended on a high note.
Might as well
baby.
end on a high note, right?
High note.
Okay, we want to thank our guest, Lucy Walters, for coming by this morning. You know her as Holly from Power. Tomorrow we're going to have Jordan G., our Get in the Game artist. He did really well, man.
Yeah, he did.
He did really well. Tomorrow, Static Selector is coming by. No, that's not it. No, okay, great. The
okay.
cast of the Get Down are coming by. Okay, the cast of the Get Down new series that's coming out. Supposed to be pretty incredible. OQ, who else, man?
Static Link is going to be our guest DJ.
Yo,
Static Link.
Sway knew it was a Static somewhere, yo.
I saw Static, man.
Static.
Okay, Static Link is coming by.
I saw Static.
DJ Friction.
Okay.
You're stupid.
DB, how can they reach you?
Twitter, Instagram, it's really DB.
Mike Muse hung out with the political news. Go ahead, Mike. First time you didn't have a question.
At I am Mike Muse, MUSSME.
Mike, what college you went to?
Michigan.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
We'll talk afterwards.
Well, Charlie, look, he just went in like, no, man, I knew I shouldn't have come.
I saw the in Michigan. I saw the M.
Yeah.
I ain't even been looking at it.
You ain't.
That's why I asked.
Already got the C's, right?
Yeah. Because my dad, it was real quiet in the corner. I didn't know.
Mike. You said Mike ain't had nothing to say. Why? That's why.
That's why. Okay.
Spartans in the building.
The lines are drawn.
Okay. Tracy, how can they reach you?
Oh, Twitter, Instagram, you can find me on both platforms at It's Tracy G, ITS_ACYG, and make sure that you follow She'sBeautyandTheBeast.com.
HB?
Hit me up. I'm at the Happy Hour, WHB on Instagram and Twitter. Citizens, we had a great show all week so far. You missed any of it, go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand.
All right, and then up on the give out your social media again. The reason why I keep having you do this because I want people to follow you.
But he keeps looking over there, so somebody from
B,
over
why don't
there
you just
probably
say
should
it,
get
man? Just say it, man.
Yep, you can follow us on Instagram at ET the Hip Hop Preacher. That's ET the Hip Hop Preacher. On Twitter at Eric Thomas BTC. Jump on the YouTube page, ET the Hip Hop Preacher. You can catch us all over, man. But the main thing is go to etinspires.com. You can find the website with all the show dates, where we'll be, all the information on the gigs, the books, everything you need right there, etinspires.com.
Them boys are doing it, man. Also, we had a great conversation with Consequence from Good Music yesterday. That is officially up live on Sway's Universe on the YouTube channel.
Oh, that's dope. The freestyle too?
The freestyle,
Okay.
but the game he was giving on the insight about the music business. Consequence is a teacher, so make sure you check that out. And thank you to the new 1 million subscribers that have come on board to the Sway's Universe platform. I'm at Real Sway. You can find me everywhere at Real Sway or Sway Calloway. One or two of them, you'll get to me.
Yeah.
Until tomorrow, we have nothing.
It's Sway in the morning, only
on Shea 45.
Kilo.